How do nations transition from authoritarianism to the rule of law? Imagine a country where laws are just words on paper and those in power can do whatever they want. Now picture that same country where laws protect everyone equally. How does such a big change happen? Let's find out. First, authoritarian regimes often run on what is called rule by law. This means laws are used as tools to control people, not to protect their rights. Courts in these countries are usually under tight political control, with judges following orders from those in power. They don't act as independent decision-makers but as extensions of the government. This makes it hard for citizens to trust the legal system or expect fair treatment. When a country starts to shift away from authoritarian rule, one of the first steps is addressing the judges and court officials who served the old regime. For example, after the fall of communism in the Czech Republic, the government replaced most court leaders within 3 months. They did this not to punish but to remove those deeply connected to the previous system. This helps create space for a new judicial culture based on independence and fairness. But removing judges isn't enough. The new government must also rebuild the reputation of the courts. This involves creating clear rules for how judges should behave and making sure decisions are based on law, not politics. It's about showing the public that courts are fair and impartial. Over time, this builds trust and helps the judiciary become a true guardian of rights. During this transition, courts often face the challenge of dealing with past abuses. They must handle cases of corruption, human rights violations, and illegal detentions. This is called transitional justice. Courts need to hold wrongdoers accountable while respecting legal procedures. This shows the new system's commitment to fairness and justice. Sometimes, countries face incomplete transitions. They might have courts and laws on paper, but in practice, the courts still follow the wishes of powerful leaders. This is called a dual state, where law is predictable for those in power but not for ordinary people. To fix this, courts must become accessible to everyone and willing to protect dissenting voices. International organizations also play a role. Countries trying to change often look to global standards for justice and human rights. Aligning with these standards helps courts resist political pressure and become truly independent. External support can include training judges, establishing transparent procedures, and monitoring legal reforms. In courtrooms, real change happens when judges learn to follow the law even when it's difficult. They need proper training, clear procedures, and the courage to rule against political interests. Appeals must be genuine, not just formalities. This process takes time and effort but is essential for building a legal system based on fairness. So, moving from authoritarianism to the rule of law is a long journey. It involves reforming courts, addressing past wrongs, and making sure laws serve everyone equally. Courts become the battleground where this change is won or lost, and their independence is the key to a fair and just society.